You know, I'll live stream if Jetson Wong wants to come here and we go to Kanban together. Or,
Bonchan?
Kanban. That's a completely different thing. I'm not going to get to. But Bonchan, yeah, I'll live stream that. Get some good fried chicken.
Hell yeah!
I mean, there's better than Bonchan, but yeah.
What if we name our company, Korean Fried Chicken Incorporated, and then we deep fake ourselves having Bonchan or Korean Fried Chicken Incorporated chicken with what's his name?
Jensen Huang.
Then we could artificially pump up our stock prices, and he's proven that it's okay to do that. So let's do it.
Mr. Adam Jensen Huang himself.
Yeah, I wonder if it would work. I don't want to incorporate, or no, incorporating's fine. I don't want to go public.
Dude, we'll just say we went public, and then don't.
We say we went public to pump up our artificial public price, and nothing makes sense anymore. So that we can do that. That's all.
None of this is going to work unless we do a crypto. We're going to have to do it off the console crypto.
Oh right, yes, okay. We do a publicly traded crypto. Yeah. Okay, it's all coming together.
Okay, yeah, I like this idea now. At least it's not going to take a lot of work. Welcome to Off the Console, the most festive podcast. It's all about Christmas gaming, Christmas tech news, and anything holidays related. This week, we're covering the biggest news, including Claire Obscure being removed for horrific AI usage. And then we also have Nintendo's Nitrogen, Nvidia enshittifies everything once more, and so much more. My name is James, also The Brink, or Games Revealed, however you want to refer to me, I guess. And I am joined today with Gardiner and with High Tech. Thanks for being here, guys.
Wait, did you say Nintendo Nitrogen?
Yeah, I did. Nvidia Nitrogen. It's, people will come for it.
It's the same thing.
It's true. They're all the same company at this point. So, yeah, I was misreading two different titles. So, welcome, guys. Welcome. Let's get into what we've been doing this week, what we've been playing.
Heck yeah.
High Tech. What have you been doing, High Tech?
Arc Raiders.
You've been playing Arc Raiders. Okay.
Yes. So here's my thing with extraction shooters. A lot of people really don't like the whole PvP aspect, but I live in it. I revel in it.
I know plenty of people that love the PvP aspect. I hate it.
But here's my thing though. People are yearning for a single player extraction shooter, but I don't know if I fully see the appeal in a single player extraction shooter where there's no other players that could vulture your gear. Or, yeah, in that case, me being the vulture.
I like to go in. I mean, I like the idea, I guess, how I do it. I don't know how you do it from a non-PvP standpoint of whoever gets the boss or the loot or whatever gets there first kind of gets it, or whoever can destroy the boss first gets it. That's hard, though, to get that without having the PvP aspect of taking out enemies that are going for it too. But I get tired of playing games where I'm like, okay, if you want to take me out because you want to get the boss, once again, I've only played one extraction shooter, but I do get tired of people just going around sniping people just because they can snipe and not actually do the objectives.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how a lot of games are, truth be told. Even games that are very even clearly objective based games like Overwatch, where the objective is front and center and what you're supposed to do is on the screen. It's hard to miss, and people just go off and just kill things because they can.
That I do consider that a little different, because I mean, you're just going to fail at that point. You're not going to succeed. You could get maybe a high kill count, maybe, and sometimes it's good to have some people on your team that do that. But an extraction shooter is it's so weird, because technically you're supposed to have goals, and then you're supposed to extract with your loot you get. And in a lot of them, they have permadeath, where your character dies, then you have to create a whole new character once again. if your whole objective is to go in and just kill people and then extract, I don't know. It's frustrating to me because I want to be focused on the goal, not killing people necessarily. I don't know. Sorry, yeah. High tech. Just continue with your way.
I don't know, but that's mostly what I've been doing. You know, the holidays is happening this week. What's happened this week? Good stuff. What do you guys get for Christmas, though? Oh, wait, I should probably share first.
Yeah,
I got some clothes, and I got a board game called, I'm trying to remember what it's called. But essentially what you do is you have a grid that's full of, like, colors. It looks like one of those Pantone, like, it looks like one of those, like, almost like one of those Pantone, like, palette selector thingies. And then you basically have to select a specific shade of color. And it was actually pretty cool to play, too. Hues and Clues. Hues and Cues.
Hues and Cues is
awesome. That's, oh man, that game is so much fun.
Never played it. I've never heard of that. Interesting.
Yeah, so basically, you get more points the more accurate you are with your guesses. But you have to play with other people, and they have to like be able to describe what color they're talking about without telling you what color it actually is.
Yeah. What if you're colorblind?
That makes it difficult.
I don't know.
Yeah,
don't know. Friend, like you definitely okay.
I played Hues and Cues at my friend's house, like for the first time, like 4 weeks ago, maybe, and I am. Like I have like some color weirdness, not really colorblind, but I see a lot of reds as pinks and pinks as red, which is strange, and a lot of like greens. It's hard for me to distinguish between. So
that's colorblind. I think that's a form of color blindness.
Yeah. So I was like trying to describe like a reddish color, and I was like cherry, and everyone was about like 3 or 4 columns to the right where they should have been, and it was not it was not correct.
Interesting.
But it's a fun game.
It sounds really fun. I'm not great with colors. I don't think I have any colorblind stuff, but like I'm just not great with colors. But I wonder if in that kind of context if I would be a little bit better. Oh well. Yeah. Gardiner, what have you what'd you get? What have you been doing this week?
Yeah.
Spill the tea.
This week it was Christmas, so I got a bunch of stuff. I got a couple new books. I'm really excited to read this, Legends of Localization, Earthbound. This is written by Clyde Mandelin, who's the guy who translated Earthbound into English. Very excited to read that. I have to finish the other book that I got though, which is the Life After Cars, Freeing Ourselves from the Tyranny of the Automobile. And I'm bringing that up because
that explains the bonus episode now.
Yeah, yes. We just talked at length about infrastructure and cars in the bonus episode, so you guys should go check that over on Patreon. It's an extended episode, and it's a really good one. And then I got to finish that book. I'm going to review both of these on the Bryant Review soon. And then my brother-in-law, Ish, he's my girlfriend's brother, he bought me like $100 in Steam gift cards. So I redeemed that, and I bought the Coldplay DLC for Beat Saber. And let me tell you, I unironically love Coldplay. They are terrific. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, guilty pleasure. No. I don't care. I love Coldplay. And this DLC pack is the best like pack of songs I've ever played on Beat Saber. It's just so much fun. My favorite is Something Just Like This. That's my favorite track on there. So good. Holy crap, dude.
I don't know if I've bought much or if any of the packs on Beat Saber. I play all the stuff that they just released for free. Is it like remixed for Beat Saber, or is it just like the exact song?
It's the exact song for these. I haven't played a lot of other DLC because I don't like meta, and I don't want to pay meta, but I figure I have this in my wallet, so whatever, right?
Is that a meta game?
Oh yeah, Beat Saber is owned by Meta. Yeah, which sucks.
Wait, when did that happen?
A little while ago, a couple of years ago.
Oh,
yeah. So I wrote a review, 1,300 words of this DLC pack,
DLC.
and like right at the top, I was like, "You probably shouldn't buy this because it's owned by Meta, and also there's no telling what the fuck they're using with our data." Sorry, I swore. Apologies. There's no telling what they're doing with the data that they collect of the headset and your usage. So, your mileage may vary. But I will say that something just like this, Viva La Vida, A Sky Full of Stars, Adventure of a Lifetime, Clocks, Yellow, I mean, those are all, Speed of Sound, they're all really, 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 really fun to play.
All their classics, it sounds like. But yeah.
Yeah. There's a few of the newer songs, which I haven't even tried because I don't really care to try their new ones, but the classic ones are really good. And I don't know if have you guys played Beat Saber recently? Like,
no.
Within the last 2 years, maybe?
Like, yeah, I played a couple of months ago when I set up my VR again.
Have you seen the new mechanics that they've added? Like, there's a mechanic where there's like a normal block with a direction, but then there's like a bunch of very tiny blocks that follow it. And so you slice through all of them, and then they also have like they call them arcs. And so it's like you slice through it, and then it's like it's an arc that you follow with you trace the arc out in 3D space, and it's so fun. And this uses them very well.
That's good to know. Yeah. Maybe I should pick up a DLC or something of like some newer music that uses the new.
And do you use any custom songs? Because like there are some custom songs that use them too, and it's really good.
Maybe. Sorry, I don't remember. It's been a few months now.
Oh yeah,
but I love Beat Saber. I honestly, one of the things I want is I don't want to pay for a Meta VR. I want to get the Steam frame, and so I can just play it wherever. That's what I'm really wanting, because I'm getting tired of my house is just not set up very well for the Valve index. So
yeah, I want Valve to buy the Beat Saber crew. I'm really sick of it being owned by Meta.
What if some enterprise and developer just made Beat Saber but slightly different?
I mean, if you guys are down, let's do it together.
Dude, we'll call it Rhythm Sword.
Rhythm Sword, I love it.
Instead of being like lightsabers, instead you have like a physical sword.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would do as well.
Or what about like the Scott Pilgrim sword at the end of the Scott Pilgrim movie, where it's like pixelated,
like a pixelated katana?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
that would be cool.
Yeah, what if we made it pixel art? Because I have seen some like VR pixel art. It could be interesting.
Yeah, I'll tell you, like the Beat Saber like environment that you're in is like super awesome, and like Coldplay came with a bunch of extra stages that are custom built for these songs. So like Yellow is like, it's like a black and yellow scheme, and it's really cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Well, Beat Saber is awesome.
Yeah, it's my favorite game right now.
It's also good because then it gets people moving around. It's really good for like getting a little bit of cardio in, getting a little bit of movements. It's I think VR has a really good place for that type of stuff.
Yeah.
What I want in VR is leg inputs, because then they could make like a martial arts game. And I used to do martial arts when I was like growing up, so that'd be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. I'd love that.
My kids would die. I would kick them in the face because they'd be walking by. I've already, or they would destroy the. Me?
Yeah.
No.
Dude.
No. What I've been doing this week is working on my video game, getting my vertical slice ready for the demo next year, like I talked about in the bonus episode of what I plan on doing next year. And so I've had some time off from work, and so I've been working on that and spending time with family. And then like Christmas wise, I got a couple of really cool things. One of them was an Apple TV, which I will say I'm stuck in the Appleverse. It's just everything works. I can easily use my AirPods to watch stuff on the Apple TV while, let's say, my wife is sleeping. And so it just makes, I use the Apple Fitness stuff. I really like it a lot. And I use that with the Apple TV. I really like it. But the best thing I got was, and the weirdest thing that my wife got me was a bidet. I got a
for
bidet.
the toilet.
Hey.
Yep,
dude, those are awesome.
Bidets are awesome. I've been holding off, but yeah.
Emily really wants a bidet.
You should get one, Gardiner.
You should get one. Like we got the Tushy one, which is like a popular brand that does a really good job. It's an it doesn't do. You can get ones that will hook up to warm water if your toilets are near the sink. You can get electric ones that will heat up the water. I'm going on just full cold, and honestly, I've used bidets before, but it hasn't been that bad. I thought the cold was going to be worse. Nah, it's fine. It's a way. It's like a cup of coffee before your cup of coffee, or after.
So we had this discussion, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but like, oh my god, she was like talking about how badly she wants a bidet, and I'm like, have you ever tried a bidet before? And she's like, no, but I think I would really like it. And I'm like, I have tried a bidet, and granted, I didn't try an electric one. I tried one that was just hooked up to the cold water of like that goes into the tank, and I was like, you're expecting a shower for your butt, and that is not at all what you get. It was just I don't know. Here it was during the winter, and it was here in Maine, and this was just like an abrasive, cold wetness that I did not appreciate. So I've been resistant because we don't have an outlet near the toilet, and we don't have anything, like we can't hook up hot water to it. I don't know. I don't think it would.
Why
work.
couldn't you hook up hot water? I mean, even like you own your house, you could probably pass a pipe or one of the hot water hookup through the wall to your sink, because it can just hook up to your sink's hot water too if you want.
Yeah, the sink's on the opposite side of the bathroom, and so is the shower. So it's like
it's like
fully on the other side of the room. Yeah.
You could figure out a way.
I could have my friend Danny come help me. But
which would be easier, trying to get hot water to that, or just doing an electric one?
Or just take the cold water.
Yeah, just take it. Take the cold water, dude.
I mean, that's how I would do it in the beginning, but if I so there's my Tushy's like a starter bidet, and I really like it so far. So I definitely recommend it to anyone. Save a lot on toilet paper, and then just much more hygienic.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
Japan has some really nice bidets though.
They do, even at the hotels. Like the hotel I stayed at, like it was very nice, but like toilet.
Even at the Airbnb I was at, I stayed in a few hotels in an Airbnb. That was pretty nice. There was also a toilet at the Airbnb that also had all right. So when you flush the toilet, it turns on the sink that's like literally right above it, and like you wash your hands in that toilet.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, they have some weird stuff there. Yeah, I mean they do toilets right in Asia though, for the most, like a lot of Asian countries.
Yeah,
where you can spray off the whole bathroom. They do. Did I say toilets? I meant bathroom. Like the whole bathroom, you can spray it out and it has a drain right in the middle, so you can just clean it really easy. I feel like. And once you have kids, you realize having a way to spray out the whole bathroom would be just amazing. But yeah, no, great time, great week, Christmas week. Curious, honestly, listeners and watchers, like, what did you do? Anything great or anything fun this week? Let us know in the comments below. What any good games you bought? I mean, I got Outer Worlds 2. I bought that with some Steam bucks. I'll plan on playing that probably in the next week or two. Like, I'm really excited to play Outer Worlds, even though it didn't win Game of the Year. I loved Outer Worlds 1, so excited for that.
Yeah, I bought Haste as well. At
1 or 2
recommendation. The first one, Haste.
Okay.
How was it?
It's pretty good. I like it.
Haste? Oh, I'm thinking Hades. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, Hades. Not Hades.
I was thinking
Haste.
Hades. Yeah.
Haste is cool. Haste is cool. I like it. It's like you have to. What was that one game where you have to like dive? It's like a side scroll, and you have to like dive and like amplify your height based on like the ground below you. Anyway, it's like that, but it's 3D and it's super fun. It's really fast paced.
That was the demo I did when we were doing demos almost a year ago, and I loved it.
Yeah. Oh, was it you that recommended it? It might have been you. Yeah. But it's good.
Not what was it in an article? I know I've recommended Haste multiple times, and we've also
we've talked about it on the podcast. Yeah. That's what I remember. But yeah, good stuff.
Dude, the thing,
Haste would the next version of Haste should be like a Beat Saber style. That would be cool. Ooh. I wonder if you could do that.
Yeah, it would make me sick as a dog right off, like immediately.
Would it?
VR. Oh, VR, I can't do anything.
Well, VR would be cool too, but I'm just saying, like, it would be fun to have beats that you can kind of
yeah, that would be
play around with. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I cut someone off.
No, you're good.
Does someone have anything else, or should we continue on with this?
Yeah, I think it's time for us to go on with the show. We haven't started the actual podcast yet.
What are you talking about? We've started the actual podcast. This is
I'm
great
at the topics.
People love to hear about us and not the topics. So before we get into it, make sure to subscribe on YouTube and also any podcasting platform that you're currently listening to. I mean, heck, you can subscribe to both the YouTube channel and your favorite podcasting platform. And then on top of that, if you want to just follow our RSS feed for any reason, you can do that at podcast.subscribe2.me. And then you can also engage with us in the Fediverse. We have links in the description below if you're on YouTube, potentially on some of the other places, or you might even be listening to us through the Fediverse, which we do push this through. And yeah, Patreon. We have a Patreon where we have, I think at this point, like, we're getting close to, no, we're not to a dozen yet, but we're getting close to like 6 episodes that if you haven't subscribed yet, you can go back and you can subscribe. I believe right now it's $5, just a flat $5, and you can listen to our old, not outdated episodes of just some spicier content that we tend to record, or topics that will get our blood boiling a little bit more.
Yeah,
that
it looks
we've
like
removed.
We have 10 episodes over there.
Oh, we have 10
bonus episodes. Yeah.
So there you go, guys. Go get your bonus on over there, and you'll have a good old time, and you'll be supporting the podcast, which it does go to helping with like editing and the software that we pay for and all that. So it definitely helps a lot, and we will always be like, and as things grow, we will have even more benefits for you guys over there. But the bonuses are good on their own right now. If I did not say that right, but thanks guys. Yeah, so let's get into this week's topics, and I will have to say I don't like the first topic we're going to be talking about. It's really frustrating, but Claire Obscure Expedition 33 disqualified from the Indie Games Awards for generative AI usage. Yeah, High Tech, were you the one that submitted this? Do you want to go over this?
Yeah, so essentially the Indie Game Awards, no relation to the Game Awards, is a separate award, and one of their rules was a disclosure of AI usage. And someone from Sandrock apparently told them that they didn't use Gen AI at all for the development of Claire Obscure. And it turns out they did. Yes, it was, and yes, it was a placeholder that they
it's not in the it was in the final ship game, but they patched it out really quickly when they realized. But yeah, it was a poster on a pillar.
Well, I mean,
and that was it.
The issue though wasn't so much the use of AI, because I'm sure they would have given it had they had someone at Sandrock told them that they actually used it during development, but there was no AI in the game itself, right?
Right.
But they said they didn't use AI for the development of the game, implying that there were no AI placeholders. Which, I mean, that's basically the rule.
I think I'm just going to say, I think it's a really stupid rule. I really hate it. I hate the gatekeeping of it, but I get it also. I get it. Like if the whole game was made by AI, I get it. My problem is there's a lot more tools that are going to be introduced into game platform, like game development platforms, that you're just not going to be able to. Like, they're just going to kind of have generative or maybe AI, maybe not generative AI, but like AI. So
in place of Clarence
I don't know.
Fear, the winner of the Indie Game Awards was Blueprints.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I love Blueprints. Like I definitely like for the Indie Game Awards kind of thing. I do like. I'm glad that Expedition 33 didn't quite win that, because I do think that type of awards is just a different kind of system that they have. Um, it is nice to have a home for like truly like small game studios, but I'm just mad that they disqualified it. And I'm wondering if they disqualified it. I wonder if they wanted to find a way to disqualify it too, because I know there's a lot of people that were not happy that this was mentioned to be an indie title. And I don't know. I just feel like it shouldn't have been disqualified personally. But
Here's the thing. Like, I know people are like, oh yeah, AI, it saves a lot of time and lets us like ideate and whatever. But like, as someone who like makes videos, if you take like let's say that I make a movie, right? And I put in temp audio, right? It can be whatever. It could be like a licensed track that I don't have the license to, or it could be a just some kind of stock audio, right? Whatever. You put that in there, and then that's what you become used to. And then it becomes much more difficult to actually replace it later when you're cutting to the music. You know, you're cutting for that specific thing. And then when you go to take that and give it to an artist to say, here, this is what I put in as temporary audio. I want you to basically just do this. It becomes much harder for the artist to express themselves. And I just find like the whole concept of like temporary art, you know, if you're not making it yourself, I just find it to be specious. Like it's a specious use case. I don't know. I just don't see. I don't get it. I don't know why.
So the art in Expedition 33 is very unique, and it is not, in my opinion, heavily influenced by AI. So I don't know how much of their art isn't. It was maybe influenced by AI, but the placeholders that they used were posters on a pillar that was left in.
Yeah,
Beyond that, I'm sure they had AI art in other places, but like their creative director did a really, or their creative director and their like their artists and stuff like that did a really good job of flushing out something that is very unique. So I don't know. I think it really depends on the person, the studio, maybe even like whether or not how heavily stuff will get influenced by AI. But we're we already take inspirations as an artist. Most artists will take inspirations from past art. That's how creative works have worked for generations, for millennia almost.
Yeah.
It's where we build on that. And so I don't know. I have a hard time, because I both agree with you, Gardner, because I do think it could end up hurting the creative process, or it could really maybe could help. I For me, like I can say from personal experience, I do use generative AI for some placeholder stuff. I do not like it, but it is better than just having like a black box there, or you know, like some really stupid piece. So I do use some generative, but I'm ready to replace it. I will say that.
Yeah. I mean, it was super tempting for me when I was like doing some of the art for Chess Mess specifically. Like I was like, I'm not like super, I don't feel like I'm a really good like artist in the way that I want this to look in my head. And it was like super tempting for me to just be like, hey, AI, make, you know, like make like chess pieces attacking each other in like a medieval tapestry style. But I didn't do that. Instead, I went and like looked at medieval tapestries and then took some of the existing art I had and threw it into Inkscape, and then I tried to like degrade it in Photoshop, or not Photoshop, but GIMP afterwards. And I don't know, it looks okay. I'm not a great artist though.
Yeah, I mean, if that's also the part with this like game I'm making. If the vertical slice in the demo I make is good enough to get like funding for it, then I want to. At the end of the day, I'd love to hire an artist right now. I'd love to work with like a really good 3D artist or concept artist. Like usually they're two separate people because they're drastically different ways of coming up with the art. Like the 3D artist, the textures, and the concept art are all very take their own unique skills. I'd love to hire people to do that. It costs money that I just do not have, right? And so I'd work with someone on a personal stand. I just don't feel. I feel like I don't know. I don't know of anyone that's a good enough artist to do that too. So having AI, and maybe that's going to be my crux in the end, is like I'm going to rely too much on AI for this, but we'll find out, I guess, in 2026. So
yeah,
I don't like. I'm just gonna say, like, I think they patched it out. I think it was a mistake. I think the game grew much bigger than they were expecting, much quicker than they were expecting. Like they started out smaller and then they grew. I think a lot of mistakes and a lot of stuff falls through. So even the person that said, "Yeah, we didn't use generative AI" or something like that, or maybe they said we didn't use AI. Who knows what they knew? I think there's a lot of nuance to this type of stuff, a lot of mistakes, but at the same time, hopefully they don't turn into a big corporation that just lies about stuff. So I get. I think it would have been nice to give them some leniency on this type of thing.
well, the
But at the
bed's
same
made
time,
already, and they certainly made an example out of Expedition 33.
yeah, the bed's been made, and that's why I'm making my comments. That I think they're wrong, and I think it's abhorrent what they did. But that's just my opinion. So they made the decision. I think it was completely wrong. I hope that they can come up with some better rules in the future, more leniency. But at the same time, I think if this would have happened with a game that was more like smaller, where they just don't have as much defense, because the expeditions, like at the end of the day, this doesn't matter for them. Like already made their money. They've made so much money. The game awards has already been awarded to them, like the big game award. But we're gonna see a lot more, I think, really good indie games come out that have used some AI. And I know that they need to disclose it, but like it will soon not be a thing to disclose it. I think
Well,
it's gonna be hard to disclose it.
About those indie games, do you think they'll show up on my cloud gaming service of choice, GeForce Now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, GeForce Now service Nvidia runs, our favorite company of the year. Nvidia runs GeForce Now. Essentially, you get to play games through the cloud, and I mean, truth be told, the service is actually pretty decent. But there's always something about cloud gaming that never feels quite right. It would probably work better in a country with good internet and is a lot smaller, like Japan. But in the US, it's just it's never going to work. Like if I don't have a data center in my state, it's not going to work as well, of course.
I mean, data centers are everywhere now, right?
Are there going to be a lot of little data centers around, or are there going to be multiple big data centers in like big towns?
What's the distance? Because I'm in Utah and I've tried it and it worked fine for me for the most part. I think there's always going to be some latency, even if you're right next to the data center. But I don't know.
Let's see what Nvidia says. There's the closest. Oh, there is one in close to my neck of the woods. Interesting. But again, not everyone's going to have access to decent internet and a being living close to a Nvidia data center. And so, especially like people out in like the Midwest where internet speeds aren't great and data centers are kind of not great either there.
Agreed. No, yeah,
but that's not what we're talking about this topic. We're talking about
it's not. I think it's fine to have like a game streaming service like this. I think it's good to have choices. I think that's how our economy is supposed to work. But yeah, what if this is your only real choice because more and more competitors are getting shut down, and then they implement what are they implementing?
A time limit, 100 hours a month, and you can pay more for more time. And supposedly, it's more economical to have 2 subscriptions to GeForce Now rather than pay for 15-hour blocks, which is insane to me.
This is
100 hours is a lot of time.
Yeah, it starts at 100 hours, and then next year it'll be 90 hours, and then next year it'll be 80 hours, and then the next year it'll be 70 hours, and people will complain about it, and they'll say, yeah, but 70 hours covers 95% of all players on our thing, and then it will be 60, and then it will be 50. This is how they work. This is what they do. It's how they get you.
Here's my thing, too, is that cloud gaming in and of itself isn't a bad concept. It's just that when Nvidia wants to go all in with AI and cloud streaming, it really begs the question of if they even want to sell hardware to gamers anymore, instead of just having everything route through them. Because I bet you they'd make a lot more if they just rented out their GPUs instead of selling them.
I'm kind of curious if that's true. Really want to know. I don't know if these game streaming services actually make that much money. That's why Google stopped. GeForce Now, they've changed their pricing plan multiple times. I think they used to have like per hour usage, and then maybe they still do, but 100 hours monthly time, and then you have to pay extra is not horrible, but you're not wrong, Gardiner. Like, are they going to decrease that? Are they going to? I don't know. I don't like the idea of tying my gaming to a service that could be changed 6 months down the road. I've already tied my domains to a company that screwed me over. I don't want to necessarily have my leisure time tied to that.
Like, I get it. A lot of gamers don't play 100 hours of gaming in a month, but like, I don't like the idea of having a time limit on something I pay for monthly.
I don't either.
I also don't like the idea that if you pay for $100 and you don't use them, then you just lose them.
Yeah, I think it's just a limit. I don't think it's you're paying for 100 hours. You can only play up to 100 hours. That's how you'd have to see it, or else it'd be a rollover.
I mean, truth be told, if you're a gamer that plays over 100 hours, you should just buy a gaming PC. I mean, that's
probably what they're thinking.
Yeah. That is assuming their master plan isn't to rob the world of affordable home computing.
That's their plan. Don't make no mistake. That's their plan.
I mean, I will admit it does sound very conspiratorial because, I mean, there's no evidence to suggest that besides everything going up in price. But
as a company, they're going to benefit more and more as more things are displaced into data centers. And so they're going to want that. And unless you had a healthy government to help limit some of this with some limitations and some laws, it's just going to keep on going. And I don't know. Nvidia. I mean, Nvidia they very much feel like a country or a company out of control at this point.
Yeah.
I highly doubt what's his face, the CEO, even
Jensen Huang.
Yeah, even has any real control over the direction of the company at this point.
Dude, when Jensen Huang goes out for fried chicken, Korean chicken, and that company that he goes to isn't even publicly traded, but other freaking publicly traded Korean chicken franchises have their price bump, that's called insanity, dude. Like, you're right. It's completely out of control. It's like this is a freight train that's about to go off the rails, man. Like,
hey man, do you think our net worths would go up like $1 billion if we had Jensen Huang on the podcast?
Yes, we would. Yes, there would be companies trying to buy Heavy Element.
No, okay. New 2026 goals for the podcast.
Get some guests like Jensen Huang.
What we should do is we should get off the console publicly traded, and we should call it Korean Fried Chicken Podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Nvidia Corp.
And then one day, we actually review Korean fried chicken on the podcast, and then just make the entire episode about that.
I feel like we've already talked about eating Korean.
We
should
Korean
ask
fried
Bill.
chicken.
Bill was on that. Bill was on that episode. We should see if he's actually tried it since then.
Oh, that's true.
I'll tell you what, Bonchon is awesome. If you haven't had Bonchon,
they used to have a Bonchon.
Distance.
They used to have a Bonchon near me, but then they closed that down, and it's now a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
there's a Bonchon a little further down, but I don't feel like driving 30 minutes to get to Bonchon. Maybe if we had good public transit, we'd go.
I'll take a picture the next time I walk to Bonchon, because it's literally I can walk to it in like 2 minutes.
nice.
Dude, do an IRL stream of you walking from your office to your local Bonchon.
I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna reveal exactly where I live.
True that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nvidia's insanity, did you see that new Nvidia Nitrogen AI?
No.
I thought it was Nintendo's Nitrogen.
Yeah, I thought you thought that too. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's Nvidia researchers creating an AI that plays video games for you.
Oh, dude, I predicted basically this in the bonus episode. We did like 2026 predictions.
So,
oh,
it's just what I wanted in a highly interactive medium. The game playing itself for me. I may as well just skip the middleman and like stop buying computer hardware altogether and just watch a Let's Play on my phone.
Yeah, so like some people don't mind watching games be played through without any commentary. There's a few streamers that do that, but for the most part,
I mean, there's a purpose for that. I agree.
I think people come for a personality, come for opinions, come for companionship, and if it's a void box, then like just AKA an AI, it's not going to be entertaining.
Well, the difference between that and like watching someone play is that someone's actually playing the game. Like if it's like a speed run or like maybe just high level gameplay with no commentary, someone's playing the game. But the difference is this is AI running and presumably playing the games locally. It's like, why even bother playing games at this point? Like,
I think this is meant to be for fun. I don't know if we should like fully get into too much because I don't think this is going to destroy any type of markets. I do think research wise, I think it's fascinating.
So it's an open source foundation model designed to play 1,000+ games. So it's open source in case any of you guys wanted to.
That's cool.
Program your own bot that can play video games. Oh, that's another interesting thing too. Bots, especially in games like MMOs, where you have gold farmers.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I could definitely be. Yeah,
that was the first thing I thought was like, this is just going to make cheating in online games a lot easier and much harder to detect.
Well, I mean, cheats have had AI integrated for a while now.
Had some type of AI that are specifically geared towards online games, but so I'm curious if this would even be able to do that well. I wonder how good the precision is and all that.
So there's a YouTuber called Basically Homeless. He used to be a Rainbow Six YouTuber, but then he's gone hard into basically creating physical aimbots. He has like one of his videos is neuromuscular cyborg aim assist, where he has a bunch of wires attached to his arm, and it helps him aim better somehow. I haven't watched the video yet. I watched another video where he basically has an exoskeleton aim for him, and it like jerks his arm around to like click on heads. That way you're not technically cheating by running software. You're technically cheating by having physical augments for your body.
I think it's cool if you're doing it not to compete and you're just having fun with it, but yeah,
he's doing it for fun, of course.
Yeah,
but some people would certainly do that to actually like have a real advantage over our weekly flesh and body.
I don't know if I'm too worried at this point. That seems like a lot harder than just buying a cheat online and implementing it.
Mm.
Uh,
Interesting.
they're like edge cases. A lot of the stuff is edge cases, and they don't concern me as much. Like, I think the research in this is fascinating. I like it for research. I'm a big proponent of research. Implications of what this will mean for cheating, I don't know. Maybe this will be a framework for creating more hacks, but right now I'm not too concerned.
Mm. I think we're just getting to a point where like online games, I mean, if this enables cheating, right? I just feel like this is kind of like end game cheating, and it's just going to make online games unsustainable. Like, because if you're not cheating, then you're not going to be able to even play because everyone's going to be cheating, right?
Well, also, here's the thing though. I don't really find the pleasure in cheating. Like a long time ago, back when Cydia used to be very popular on iPhones, basically my brother and I on his phone, we downloaded a mobile game and it had, in-app purchases, you could buy turrets and stuff. It was a tower defense game. And we hacked it so that we could get free in-app purchases. So we got all the strongest shit immediately. The stuff you're supposed to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or grind for. And then the game wasn't very fun anymore. So I don't understand how cheaters' brains work.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if it's like an online competitive game. Like, I feel like the people who cheat either want to spoil everyone else's time and take pleasure in that.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I
I can
think that's probably
understand.
what it comes from. But for me, like, there are times where I want to play Spelunky, but I don't want to like, I want to like play a very specific version of Spelunky where I have the crazy alien gun and the jetpack, and then I'll turn on like a trainer and just play that way, which is fun in its own way. It's super chaotic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind. I've
Yeah,
modded games before too. Like
yeah,
single player mods, I don't really care about.
Yeah. Single
Single
player
player
games, I
cheating,
don't
I don't
really
really care
care.
about.
yeah,
It's online games, like specifically. And I think, Gardner, I think you're correct. So like cheaters there's two types of cheaters, I think. One that wants to spoil it for everyone else. They get a kick out of ruining everyone else's life, whether it be they're emotionally damaged or whatnot. And then I think there's also people that just like they have to win so bad that they trick themselves into like, well, I'm sure everyone else is cheating, so I'm going to cheat. I think
yeah,
there's essentially those two types
And
of people, and they're
like
both,
I've read some
yeah,
like cheater forums, and some cheaters believe that no one would play the game without them, or B, oh, I feel myself improving as I use this cheat.
yeah.
yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
Like
like
there's
an
like some
addiction.
level of delusion.
Honestly, I think if we had this sounds really off, but if you had a hot take right now, if you had a healthier government and we tracked these cheaters, I think we'd get them mental health.
Yeah.
I think they would
Yeah.
almost have like mandatory, like, hey, uh, we can't trust you with a gun or anything else in life until you get some mental help, because that's some delusional shit right there. Like you're delusional, and so
Yeah.
you need help.
Jensen Wong.
He probably needs uh, therapy to make him not a narcissist, I'm sure.
I
So
think Jensen Huang just needs some fried chicken.
you know, I'll live stream if Jensen Wong wants to come here and we go to Kanban together, or
Bonchan,
Bonchon, that's a completely different thing. I'm not going to get into, but Bonchon, yeah, I'll live stream that. And
do
go
it.
get some good fried chicken.
Hell yeah.
I mean, there's better
Oh, yeah.
than Bonchon, but yeah,
Yeah. But
Guys,
Bonchan's in walking distance.
what if we name our company, Korean Fried Chicken Incorporated, and then we deep fake ourselves having Bonchon or Korean Fried Chicken Incorporated chicken with what's his name?
Jensen Huang.
Jensen Wong. Then we could artificially pump up our stock prices, and he's proven that it's okay to do that. So let's do it. It's how you make our buck,
Mr.
how we
Adam
get our
Jensen
bag.
Huang himself.
I wonder if it'd work.
Yeah, I don't know. We predicted what 2026 is going to be like in our bonus show, and I'm changing my prediction to that now. That's how we win. That's how we
Dang.
make our bag.
I don't want to incorporate, or no, incorporating is fine. I don't want to go public.
Dude, we'll just say we went public and then don't.
We say we went public to pump up our artificial public price, and nothing makes sense anymore. So that we can
none
do
of this
that.
is going to work unless we do a crypto. We're going to have to do an off the console crypto.
Oh right, yes, okay. We do a crypto, a publicly traded crypto. Yeah, okay. It's all coming together.
Okay, yeah, I like this idea now. At least it's not going to take a lot of work.
Right.
Becoming publicly traded is very difficult, guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know what else is difficult? Killing the Xbox brand. That's difficult.
Not for Microsoft.
Nah, it's easy. They're on easy mode.
When you're
they got this down, man.
When you're a company as big as Microsoft, doing stuff like this is as easy as it gets.
Yeah.
So, here's my question, though. What happens when Microsoft dies? Because when Sega... Well, not Microsoft. Because, remember, when Sega exited the market, Microsoft was just there getting ready. Technically, that generation had 4 consoles. Yeah. Who's going to take Xbox's place? Because I don't think we really have a real competitor.
Steam Machine.
Valve. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I honestly, I don't believe in the Xbox is dead thing. I think they're morphing into something else that I think is like they're going to get a new market. They're going to get new people to join. I think they're going to lose a lot of the older gamers, but I think they're fine with that. I think they're just all about these like weird plays. I don't think Xbox is, in my opinion, I think I'm convinced now that they're not dying. Their pivot is killing the market for what a lot of people want an Xbox for. So,
what if their market was to kill the console market altogether?
I think their pivot is they don't see the console market lasting past 10 more years. Like, I think the next generation is going to be the last generation is what they're thinking. That's why they're jumping ship. Personally, that's what I think.
What would happen to Nintendo, though? Because Nintendo is almost all video games, more specific consoles, whereas Sony's released games on PC now. And, Sony's a multi-billion-dollar company that does more than video games, of course. But Nintendo?
I think Nintendo's almost failed multiple times in the past, so I think they're full of themselves. I think they could still potentially fail at this point. The Switch 2 I was worried that the Switch 2 was going to be sold out this holidays. It's not. A lot of places still have plenty of Switch 2s. So I don't know if Nintendo is going to do as well with Switch 2 as the Switch 1. Heck, I even think the PS5 outsold the Switch 2. So Switch 2 did really well numbers. It did much better than the Steam Deck, even at this point, it sold more than what the Steam Deck sold all its life. But they plan to sell a lot, and if they don't sell enough, and with how much more stock that they have, then they could hurt a lot of stuff. So we'll see. 10 years from now, we'll see if Nintendo's still going to be able to be in the purely console industry, or if they're going to have to start releasing games for PC or other platforms. Well, time will only tell. But I think they're pretty stubborn, so I think they would almost just die at this point.
They'd go back to making what are those Hanafuda cards?
Yeah. I think they'd go back to doing just toys or something. No. But no, they're not. They're not like a cockroach like Xbox, where they're going to survive no matter what.
Yeah, I feel like, dude. Okay, so if Microsoft just exits the console market, what if Sega came back and made a Sega branded Steam machine?
A Sega branded Steam machine?
Yeah.
The Dreamcast 2?
Ooh.
I think the part of Sega that like the people that made the Dreamcast were bought or like essentially hired by Xbox, right? So
were they?
I think so. I could be wrong about that, but I swear I read something on it not too long ago that like a lot of the people that made the Dreamcast went over to Xbox and made the Xbox. I could be wrong though.
I wonder where they are now, though. Are they going to go back to Sega now that
they're probably retired or,
yeah,
100 years old in a retirement home. I'm just kidding. But
the Dreamcast came out in 1999. Like,
yeah. Yeah, the Sega, I think Sega making hardware is over, guys. I'm sorry. But then again,
you gotta poo-poo every good idea that I ever have. Damn it.
I'm sorry. It would be really cool. It would be cool for them to do a Sega branded Xbox or a Steam machine.
Streamcast.
Streamcast. It's all about streaming.
Yeah.
That would not be
it
on
would be
brand
the
for them.
Steamcast, not the Streamcast. Steamcast.
Okay.
Steamcast.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I that would be cool, but if it comes down to it, I just want first party hardware. I don't really care if Sega made a Steam machine.
If Sega made it, yeah, I agree. Like at the end of the day, well, that's the thing. I think that's why I'm like, I don't know if I care about Xbox, like Xbox and Microsoft's play so much. Like, I think they have so many studios, so much IP. If they can actually start making sure that more and more stuff comes out, which I think this last year was a fairly good year for them. Even though I know I've read so many mixed articles on this. Like some people like it's the worst year they've had. Others like no, like they've sold more or they've had more people play games than they've ever had. I'm fatigued at this point on this battle. I think they're going to do just fine. I don't think they're going to die anytime soon. I think they have too much IP. I think they've set themselves up, but I do think the Xbox brand as it is pretty much dead. It's not a console anymore. So
is Xbox dead?
No, Xbox as a brand is not dead. Xbox as a console is dead. I think I would put it that way.
I don't know. I feel like they can have all the IP they want. They're not making games. Like they've canceled more games.
They're not making games. They're literally making a Halo remake.
They've made more games than any other company, I think, in 2026 or 5. I mean,
yeah, but Indiana Jones, right? They made Doom the Dark Ages. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
But Doom the Dark Ages was not good. Like it was very good.
That's a hot take.
It's
a little bit. It's definitely divisive. I liked it. I ended up beating it. I ended up liking it, but it was not as good as Doom Eternal.
No, I don't know. They've canceled a shitload of games too. Like I just don't. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just don't see it. Perfect I think Dark. Microsoft's incapable of doing good things anymore.
Windows.
I mean,
going the way
so studios. Wait,
people are starting to hate more and more on Windows for the AI stuff.
Best. Split Fiction is an EA game, isn't it? It's not.
Yes, EA.
An Xbox.
Yeah.
Then this article is like broken. This must be just Xbox or games that are on the Xbox Game Pass because.
Wait, what article are you looking at?
I'm not showing it right now because I don't trust it. It's from GameSpot. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to look up games that came out this year that were Xbox, and I guess if anything that's on Game Pass, if you want to put that, but that's not true. Like Expedition 33 is not an Xbox studio. It's
I found the same article you're looking at.
The GameSpot one, yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah. GameSpot,
but if you want to put it
garbage,
yeah. If you want to put it like in those types of circuit, like they had some of the best games on their Game Pass. That being said, studio wise. Yeah, I'd have to dig down and see what actually they released. Like Avowed didn't do well. Yeah. So we could do that maybe some other time in a bonus episode. I think it'd take too much time.
Yeah.
Here, but
we've taken a lot of time to be honest.
I think Xbox is going to be fine, but I think the next few years are going to be the tell for it. So I could definitely be wrong on that.
Well, I'm more curious about our good friend EA. Owners of Dead Space and Command and Conquer.
Yeah.
And Mirror's Edge.
You know your co-host well.
What's that?
I said, High Tech, you know your co-hosts well.
Yes.
So, 99% of all EA shareholders voted in favor of the Saudi Arabian buyout. $55 billion.
I think we're cooked on that one. I think 99 is pretty high. I'd expect much more, like maybe 80%.
I expected some resistance, yeah. But there's almost none, literally.
What? But it's got a 20. Like all their stock. I should have bought stock. No, I should have bought stock earlier this year. No, in EA, but no, it's going to bump their stock up by 25%. So I see why, but I was expecting like some of these guys to be, oh well, it's Saudi led, so maybe I won't. Like, you can't be.
Dude, they're going. The whole thing was that they were going private.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. So they're getting bought out. Like, yeah, a buyout with 25% is really good, guys. Like, they're just gonna, yeah, their stock is getting bought out. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they're going private. Yeah. Damn.
I mean,
interesting.
On the actual like gaming side of things, there's nothing newsworthy, but on the business side of things, it's a huge deal. I mean, for sure, they're going to be bought.
This will affect the games. This will affect the games.
It hasn't just yet. That's what next year is going to be for. We probably should have made a prediction about EA. Will EA bring back Dead Space and or Command and Conquer?
That is such an interesting thing because being publicly owned, I don't think they would have. Being privately owned, and depending on if the Saudi prince likes Dead Space or Command and Conquer, it could bring it back. There's when you get privately owned, you can have a lot more stakeholders that are that want something that's not fully based off of price or profit. So
yeah. Well, I mean, a game like CNC is uniquely poised to be some kind of like propaganda to some degree, right? I mean, Command and Conquer, if you set it in the Red Alert or even the General's universe, right? Like,
yeah,
you could then make Saudi Arabia look really nice. You know, they could be part of the good guys. You know, like there's a lot that they could use that for. They might see value in that. And if they make a good CNC game, and it's also like even just a little bit propaganda, you know, that has they have potential to make money and whitewash their or sports wash or whatever the equivalent would be with games.
Well, it could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
We could live in a world where North Korea bought EA instead.
I mean, North Korea doesn't have the any type of funds to do that.
No, but they have the nukes and the ability to kidnap people.
Not really. They kind of do.
Kind of.
I'm not that worried about North Korea, but
I know. I just thought it'd be interesting. But
sorry.
I don't know, man. It's kind of a crazy thing for a whole country to own a company as, you know, a gaming company as big as EA.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before, right? Besides, I mean, I guess you could say Tencent works with the Chinese government to a degree.
Yeah, they're not really owned, but they have to adhere to a lot of the laws and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, whereas
but it is different. This is, you can think of it as a company having a stock portfolio, or like a private investment firm having and like this is for the country. It's not like the individuals of the country benefit. This is a fund that they have to help grow the country itself, to diversify, and then also promote the country in some way or form or fashion. They know oil is not going to last forever, and they're actually doing something about it, which is smart. Unfortunately, some of our other countries, like the one I might live in, doesn't really understand that oil is not going to last forever, and you have to diversify. Even though the oil companies do diversify too, but yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to change a whole lot for the next few years. I bet you they function just the same. Maybe they'll try. Maybe they'll be convinced to sell some of their IP. I'm hoping the Dead Space IP gets sold to a smaller studio or publisher that wants to make more Dead Space, because it would make money. Like they could, if they could sell it at a reasonable cost, be like, hey, I don't know, $10 million, sell it off, And then the next company that makes, or the next dev studio that makes it, they can easily make a game that would pay for all that. But Command and Conquer, I think, is another one where I think if we had a game that came out, Command and Conquer come out, like a real true new Command and Conquer that's a smaller studio, could easily not be in the negative. It'd be in the positive. It's just companies are too used to wanting to 10x everything that if it doesn't 10x, even if it makes them 4x, they consider that a loss, which is crazy. When they could just stop firing people, put some of the other people on there. I could go into this whole thing. I think we could definitely fix it if we weren't so much chasing the 10x dollar. So
yeah. I mean,
at the end of the day, I don't like that Saudi Arabia owns it, but I'm also very curious to see how this does as a company now, and if it gets restructured and everything.
Oh, and we should clarify, of course, always a disclaimer: we're not against the Saudi people. It's mostly just the government.
Yeah,
that I have some issue with.
Yeah,
because we always get because we do get comments sometimes about that. We probably should have started the topic with that, but it's too late. Well,
I guess I don't know. I mean, it's kind of obvious. Like I've said stuff about the United States too. I'm criticized. And we're getting pretty close to that here too. I'd criticize it heavily. When you kill a reporter, like news kind of stuff, that is one of the worst things you can do, because a free press is the most important thing. And if you make him afraid, it's really that ends in authoritarianism, no matter what. So they haven't had any ramifications from it. No payback, like nothing has come from it. So
yeah,
that is the problem. I'm not going to say it's with the people or anything else, but yes, unaccounted murder stuff. Okay, we can move on to the next thing. So Facebook deploys the Steam Deck's Linux scheduler across its data centers. Valve's low latency scheduler, perfect for managing Meta's workloads at massive data centers. I did not even this was on the 23rd, so it happened a few days ago, but I was not aware of this.
Yes. So it turns out the scheduler made for lower end hardware, to have them not drop frames. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Turns out that's also good for high end hardware too. It's proof that optimization benefits everyone, not just people at the low end.
Oh yeah. When you're managing massive amounts of things that need to be scheduled, yeah, it's gonna help with overhead.
Hold on, pull up the thumbnail for that article. That's ludicrous.
What this?
Yeah, that. Meta Steam Deck.
Dude, I could make a better thumbnail than that. That thing is not cropped well.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's like a trapezoid.
Yeah, they could have. I think AI did it.
No, I think AI would have made something entirely different. I'm not so.
Dude. So the story here is actually really interesting, because the Linux scheduler is usually pretty optimized, but what was developed here for the Steam Deck is like designed to prevent like dropped frames, right? It's like super optimized.
Yeah.
And at the scale that Meta operates with their servers, like any kind of like weird bottlenecks, if you can avoid it, it ends up saving a ton of electricity.
Yeah.
So like this is actually crazy. And it's also very interesting that this is yet another example of Meta profiting from Valve, like Valve's work. Because like Valve actually was deeply invested in Oculus. Like Valve was like very much on board and helping Oculus develop VR tech. And then Meta swooped in and bought that from, right out from underneath them. So interesting.
Oh no, don't bring that back up. I remember when that happened. I was
Meta's, man, they're such a freaking leash on society sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's interesting too because
it's fine if they use it. It's just
yeah, it's open source, right? And Meta, to their credit, does contribute to open source, but
they do. Like one of the biggest front end libraries of React is Meta based, and it's good. But sorry, continue. In fact, Valve uses. Funny enough, Valve uses it in the Steam store, like in Steam itself. It is React based.
Big picture mode. Big picture mode is React.
Like, I think it's all React with PHP. I think it's PHP and then React. All of the Steam UI is React. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, the new Steam library is React based. Everything in Steam now is React.
Because I've had to modify it. Doing some hacks in the past. I've done some software releases for Steam and modifying it, and it's React.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But no, like I don't know. This is it's kind of neat to see, though. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Valve uses React. Meta uses the Valve's thing. I mean, that's good, I guess.
And it's also very indicative of Valve's position as a sort of Linux champion of sorts.
Yeah. This could be positioning them to be like just doing much more. Like every time so with the scheduler, I know sometimes there can be like trade-offs for this type of stuff where like, is there like, I don't know. I have not looked into this much, but does this CPU scheduler, does this have any trade-offs though? It sounds like they need to have it set up to where it can have some micro schedulers or something like that. Yeah, no, because like it's really good. It sounds like at one main process that maybe has to utilize maybe a couple other ones, but that's all based off one process.
Yeah, like I'm not like super versed in this, but from what that's my understanding.
Yeah. So that makes sense. That would work really well on a massive server where like they don't have to switch. Like they have. Depending what type of server it is, I'm not going to go too deep into it until I read into it more. But yeah, this is interesting.
It's love cool to see it. And like Hightech said, like this is Valve kind of being at the forefront of Linux optimization, and that's interesting to see as well.
Oh no, it does really well at one size fits all scheduling, at least for servers.
Interesting.
I think you're not necessarily wrong either. I think, but for a server, like it does a really good job of like it's closer to a fleet-wide default. It can automatically, without hand-tuned configurations, do a better job than a lot of their other schedulers. So, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Interesting.
I will admit, CPU schedules are a little above my head. But it is good to see that. I mean, Lord knows how much more Valve tech has under the hood that we don't really know or talk about all that much that could help not just the Steam Deck, but also like data centers and like almost everything too, to be honest.
Yeah, why are we pumping all this money into Nvidia? We need to start subsidizing Valve.
Yeah, but then someone's going to want to publicly
they
trade Valve.
They make so much money. I know. They make so much money. They could probably do even more if they really wanted. But yeah.
Yes.
No, this is really cool, though. This is really cool. I really like. I'm wondering what more is to come from this whole thing.
You want to know what's more to come?
Spotify.
Spotify's downfall. Someone somehow scraped all of Spotify, downloaded all tracks. I don't know if that includes our podcast, because we're on Spotify as well, to be honest. We don't get that many we don't get that many listeners from Spotify, I don't believe. I believe last we checked, it was Apple Music that was actually the most popular, which is interesting to me.
Apple Podcast is what started podcasts almost. Yeah. They're like the second, and yeah, it makes sense. But you'd also expect Spotify. Like I used to use Spotify religiously a few years ago, and then I just got tired of paying for it and everything. And now that it's either YouTube or Apple Music for me. But man, that's a lot of data to shift through. I doubt they're ever going to get to our podcast, and our podcast can be downloaded from RSS feed.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, why download Spotify's version when you just download our version?
Exactly. There you go, guys.
But all right, but we gotta get back into it. It's 300 terabytes to store all of Spotify's library. In case you were wondering.
Huh. 300 terabytes. What percentage of that is AI slop?
That seems like not that much. It doesn't seem as much as I thought it would be.
Probably not an insignificant amount, but we shall see. So essentially, this blog called Anna's Archive, that's the place that you would not download it from, obviously. It's a torrent. You can torrent it.
Holy crap, that's a torrent. Like, how is it broken up, or is it just all one massive torrent?
Let me check the site.
That torrent file would have to be like multiple megabytes in size. Like 300 megabytes for a single torrent or something. That would be crazy.
So they don't just do Spotify. They're also just a shadow library altogether. They're like those, like, I can't say the names of the websites because I can't remember them, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the sorts of websites where you would download peer reviewed journals for free because you have to pay to like get access to some of them. Which now that I think about it, is terrible. Information should be free for anyone to get. And I would rather have peer-reviewed journals be at the top of the Google listings than, say, I don't know, AI blogs, but there's neither here nor there.
The problem with peer-reviewed journals and journals themselves is that you need a good communicator to do that type of stuff. The average person is not going to get very far in that. I mean, look at our literacy rate in America alone. So, yeah. I also I don't like that things are also gotta pay it well too, though.
That is true.
So, yeah.
I think yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, nothing.
So how did they? Was it hacked? I don't understand fully. How they got all that? Did they just like stream it, and then every time like they had a bot that just would go through all of the Spotify and just like cache it? Because I'm sure there's ways to cache Spotify stuff if you just put it on your computer, start listening to it, and you could probably record it.
I suspect
or
it
the
would be
cache
something
could be dumped.
I suspect it was something to the effect of like YouTube DLP or whatever. Like one of those, like it's like one of those command line tools that knows how to break the DRM and download it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, just a fun fact, I checked on Spotify. In the last month, we've had 213 plays on Spotify.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see how big this torrent file is. So it's split up into. So the torrent. Wait, there's a 2 point. Wait, what is this? What am I looking at?
You're looking at a virus now.
That must be. There's like 3 files. There's, let's see, audio analysis. Let's see, there's audio cover art, and then there's metadata as well. Wait, are these not the music? Wait, no, this is just the data. Wait, hold on. By the way, I'm not downloading the entirety of Spotify. That's insane.
Well, for multiple reasons. I mean,
yeah, like for starters, I don't have enough storage for that.
And also, I don't think you have enough funds for legal.
Yeah, I don't have enough funds.
Subscribe to our Patreon, guys, to help fund high-tech's legal fees.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. All right, so I don't actually know I don't know how people would actually download the songs from Anna's archive. All right, whatever. That's fine. That just means people can't download our podcast.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting to see how Spotify is going to handle this, because I bet there's going to be a lot of tracking down and lawsuits and someone probably going to jail.
Oh, but they did. But on top of pirating Spotify, you know what they did as well? Some data exploration.
Oh, the like this right here.
Yes.
Songs by popularity score. I don't understand this.
I don't understand that graph either, to be honest.
It's a horrible graph, by the way. Tom's Hardware. It looks like it's not their graph though.
No, it was Anna's Archives graphs. If you scroll on the rights article, there's a lot of these.
This is fine. This is horrible. You have to scale it down. Like their scale is wrong. This is a fine graph. Songs by popularity score. I don't even
on a logarithmic scale.
Number of songs. That yeah.
There's more though. Stream count analysis by popularity. Total streams bars versus average song line.
Total streams. Average percent. That's a lot of data that I'm sure some of this Spotify was trying to protect as much as possible. This is probably more damaging than the everything getting sent, all the songs being downloaded and all the podcasts and everything.
We can also estimate that the top 3 songs as of the writing have a higher total stream count than the bottom 20 to 100 million songs combined.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, Bad Bunny, aka Mr. Super Bowl, DTMF.
Dude, the amount of people that want Bad Bunny deported is hilarious because he's
an American.
Yeah,
he's an American.
Puerto Rico's American territory. If you're born there, you're an American citizen.
Yep. Sorry, don't mean to bring that up. Let's
see what else we got. Tracks by duration. Your average song seems to sit around 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Or at least, yeah. Let's see. Long tracks by duration.
Top 30 music genres by artist count. Opera is at the top.
Opera? Is at the top?
By the artist count. So there's more opera artists.
That is interesting, though.
Chamber music?
Maybe they mean like elevator music.
Black metal? Holy sh!
Oh, the least popular, it seems, is underground hip hop, followed by hyperpop. What is hyperpop?
No.
Should we find out?
No.
We want to get content struck.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, guys. I think we're gonna have to start wrapping up this episode. But wow, I didn't realize how much data there's in this.
This is what I'm here for, is the data. Also, another data point: Spotify is outperforming Apple Podcasts. We had 75 plays on Apple Podcasts this month versus 200 and what? 213. And then
do we maybe have some issues with the Apple Podcast?
Well,
again?
I'm logged into the actual and dashboards for each one. I think Apple Podcast downloads the episode like multiple times for some reason. So in our back end, so it's weird.
Yeah, man, we're ending on a good note. We didn't hit 1K on YouTube, because by the time the next episode airs, it's going to be the new year, right?
There's always next year, guys.
But there's always next year. Hope we can hit 100K.
Yeah, so we'll get there.
100K.
Sorry, I meant
1,000.
Well,
100K would
do it.
100K would do it. I'm not going to complain about 100K.
Okay, guys. Yeah, let's end this thing out. Thank you guys for listening, watching, wherever you're at. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. We love hearing your guys' comments. We'll try to read them more in the year 2026. I mean, I read them. I just try to respond to them more. But yeah, no, we enjoy everything you guys do for us, and continue being I guess classy until the next year or whatever. I'm getting too old.
Yeah.
I don't have any good terms.
It's okay, man. It's post-Christmas.
Yeah.
It's true. I've been partying and eating lots of junk food the last few days, so.
Dang.
Junk food, hungover. Cool. Okay. With that being said, we'll catch you guys next time in the next episode in the next year. Peace out later.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.